Okay, welcome. Whew, wow. Crazy. You know how you can sort of start going down different rabbit holes. That's what was happening this morning. Then I almost forgot to take Mateus to school because we have to walk. Looked at the time and I just went, we got like 5 minutes to get to school. So luckily the school's just down the street, so it wasn't so bad. And we made it there on time. But it's one of those days. It's one of those days that it's so much, as I say, there's a lot coming up and there's a lot of information coming forward. And this is a week of surprises. This is a week of um just information coming up. And man, I was taking notes and everything this morning on so many different things that are coming forward for us. And we are in a week of weighing out our deep emotions. And you're just like saying, but you know what, mama? I am so tired of weighing out my deep emotions. I've done that shit. How much more is there to come? Well, as I said, we're in this for the long haul. Like this is part of the process of the frequencies and and elevating us to a higher frequency, a higher place and intensity. Now, we do have, because we are into the dark phases, the moon has gone to the balsamic phase. Now, it is in air, and Mercury is still there. He's come out of shadow. He's answering to Venus. Venus is out of bounds. If Venus has gone on her own adventure. She is out there. So if you um uh, look at the ecliptic, if you have an app that can show you the ecliptic, you'll see Venus just below. That means that she's out of bounds. She's not following the 23-degree arch. So the solar arc is around 23 degrees. So she's not following it. She's at like 27 or 28 degrees. So she's just like, woohoo! I'm adventurous goddess. Look at me. I'm doing my thing. I'll fuck you. Yeah, baby. And Mercury's trying to figure things out, get information. So you might be feeling a little bit of antsiness, wanting to get things done. I got to get things done. What's going on? Da 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 da. Feeling that energy. But it isn't a day of so much getting things done as doing the process of finding the information, finding more. So it's air and fire. So there's not a lot. There's no earth. Like if there, let me think. Oh, Uranus and Taurus. So when it comes to earth energy, ah, it's it's not really, it's Uranus. It's Uranus. So it's instability, shaking ground, making new ways. And this is where I what brought me down a freaking rabbit hole was I wanted to know what our new freaking mayor of Calgary is doing when she says, "Oh, let's make a state of an emergency with what did she call it? The state of emergency with not the economy, but it's a state of it's a state of emergency with um the environment." So that's what it is. So I read through it and it's like, what does this all mean? Oh, we're going greener within our buildings and we're going to have more recycling and all of this. So, in other words, taxes are going up to pay for certain things. What I find is odd is like, even within the summit, it's like an all or nothing. You know, this is like, just cut off oil and gas, cut it all off. So let's cut off our arms for sight our face. This is where I feel like it's not allowing ourselves to move into or phase into and phase out of. This is where you can't just do an all or nothing. One, I mean, the resources all there? um Sleepy Joe was saying, something to do at the summit about, well, I don't know what's wrong with OPEC and Russia. Now, this is all to do with that Uranus Saturn square, where, yeah, we want to bring in new. But the United States has billions and billions of oil reserves underground. They have it. It's there. Canada has the reserves. It's there. Now, wouldn't it be smart? Now, this is just me going off the cuff, but wouldn't it be smart if we use our own reserves, do our own thing? My hair's just all funny today. Do our own thing to create our abundance, to make ourselves stable in a time where there's a lot of instability. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going off the cuff here. So we have this energy that's coming in, and it's bringing in that all or nothing. We got to do this or else. And it's like, you know what? Thank goodness that we have a divine order, and they must be just laughing their heads off right now. I feel like the galactic um center, but I feel like there's this galactic energetic group, the galactic cosmos, and they're watching all of this and they're putting things into order, and they're like, you know what, those earthlings, they're really funny, but we're just going to continue doing it because that's our vibration. We're not lowering our vibration for you. So you know what, we're going to continue creating the new vibration and this new energy and this new paradigm despite all. Despite all. That means that it is still, this newness is still going to come in amongst the crazy and the chaos, and that's what makes it feel so intense and so overwhelming. It's because it's like we're wanting to throw everything out without having a construction, without having a strong base. To me, that brings in the Tower. And we're entering into a galactic center. So over the next few days, I mean, I think even today, I mean, Venus is at the galactic center. It is an opening. It is a portal of transformation and change. It is allowing us to step into this creativeness. Not necessarily, it's like getting all your tools together. So if anybody's done any art, it's making sure that you have the right canvas, you got the brushes, you got the paint, you got your water, you got your area that you need to paint. This is creating that surface and getting us to create the surface to prepare as we are going to get ready to do what it is that we want to create. And this is where we're building up to this full moon or this new moon. And this is to get to the bottom of things, something to grab onto. And today, especially, there is so much feminine energy that's coming in. And this is where we're having Venus starting to slow down, because when she hits Capricorn on the 5th of November, she's going to be in there for 5 months. So last year we had the divine masculine in a sign in retrograde for 6 months, and that's Mars. So Mars was, that's where for the healing of the divine masculine and working with the divine masculine was feeling very disattached. And now we're having it with the divine feminine. Now we've seen the buildup to this coming in many different ways. We've seen the attack on the divine feminine in many different ways. And what creates that divine feminine energy and that of a woman within our world, and what is that looking like, what does that feel like? And here we are going to be needing support from a true divine masculine, from a strong masculine energy. That's where we are going to be needing the support from in the next 5 months. So you got to think January, February, March, April, May, not till spring does little Miss Venus come out. Big breath, everybody. And those who've had with Venus retrograde for many has been, There's it's an 8-year cycle. So there's an opening and a closing. So this Venus retrograde, which will happen, and I know I said to some it was on Christmas Eve, but that's another thing. That's something else that's happening. It's December 19th. She's going to be at 26 degrees in Capricorn, and she's going to retrograde right. She's like right on top of Pluto. So she's going to be retrograding right on top of that. And this is bringing in the changes. This is bringing in activation. This is also a closing portal from 2013, 2014, when she last retrograded in that area. So go back to that. And I was looking at my chart from that time, and I was like, wow, wow. Like it was activating so much change in my chart. Pluto was on my descendant. That's the year my brother passed away, was in 2013. Then I had my father pass away in 2014. That was the movement of huge change for my life. Huge change in stepping into my business, and crazy and chaos, and my daughter getting pregnant in 25, getting pregnant in 2014, having a baby in 2015, us moving how many times after being in a place for 9 years. So, from being in a place that we felt stable in to going out like a tumbleweed and going into the crazy and the chaos. This is coming to the end of that. And that's within my life. So taking a look at your last 8 years, what has that entailed? What is it entailed within your relationships, within your financials? What is it entailed within your business, your projects, your planning? All of those different energy forces are at play here. And Pluto coming in, and this new moon, this has to do with this week and this new moon. This is getting you to setting up. This is setting you up to that energy, because Pluto is the energy that you think you got it all together, or you're really good at something, and Pluto just laughs at you and sort of says, "Oh, really? Well, watch this," and takes it away. And not necessarily, well, yeah, kind of takes it away and gets you to work on whatever it is that you need to work on in a deeper level and a more in-depth level. So Pluto really, and Pluto's my planet. So for me, it's like, oh my God, there's a lot of deep depth things that are coming in for me to work on. And here it is. It's like I have to be open to it. I have to allow for the moment by moment and allow the energies to guide me through as we are going through the depths. And that's what this week is. This is the depth. This is the psyche. This is the psychological endeavors. This is us putting our hand in the pit, in that water, in the murkiness of the water, and bringing it up and seeing what settles, right? So this is where, and the moon is moving very fast. So the moon is like moving. So we feel like everything's going very quickly. And usually in the fall and winter, the way it works is that the moon moves a little bit faster than it does in the spring and the summer. So we have a little bit of turbulence, release, and this is big releasement. This is, within the balsamic phase. This is deep psychological work that we are doing and we're setting into. And this is like almost processing, like it is the 12th house, the depths and the deepness that is coming in. And it's the dark processing. So Scorpio is going into the second decade of Scorpio. It's going in 10 degrees. So it's really getting into the depths, into the deepness of everything. And with Mars, Sun, Venus, or Vesta in Scorpio, it's digging around and cleaning out some closets that need to clean out. This is where things that are coming in, information is coming in of what is this all about? What is climate change all about? What does it mean when the mayor of Calgary makes a climate change state of emergency? Like, to me, what is the state of emergency? What does that mean? So this is what led me down the rabbit hole. And I started to look at things and started to, what does that mean? So something is up about gas and oil. So We have that. We have the Uranus Saturn square. Yes, just transitioning and wanting to destroy the old. This new moon is going to be opposite Uranus, which is all about the people, about discovering the newness. So, what is that? What is the thinking there? And is there a long term? Because Uranus wants long term, wants stability. Saturn wants stability. As we go into Capricorn, Capricorn wants to build something, wants to build something that is solid. Doesn't want the tower, doesn't, but it feels like that's what's coming in, is the energy of the tower. Craziness. So information coming up, newness coming up. We also have things to do with electronics. So what's going on with electronics? Because I feel like, and I saw that there's a semiconductor. We knew that the little anyways, those little guys, that there's a shortage, but a shortage on the semiconductors right now that they're saying, and a ban. So I think there's going to be, like, even where China was banning Bitcoin because they don't want freedom. There's a freedom. Bitcoin gives you freedom, meaning that you could go anywhere and you don't have to have it in any particular bank in order to be able to utilize Bitcoin. So they're wanting to move it and running it over. So the semiconductors are part of what creates the Bitcoin. And banning. So no more free money. And that's what sort of what it brings in, that freedom for people. And now we have things to do with TV and travel. So things, and I bring in TV because there is a limited in TVs, a limited in the types of TVs that are out there, and can't get what you really wanted. And that has to do with cameras and all kinds of things. Cameras, there was a delay in the new iPhones. I know some people got their iPhones, but there's going to be even more of a delay with that. And the next one that I saw, as I'm going down and I'm looking into all of this and I'm opening up Pandora's box, because that's where all some of the energy's on, all the sprites start coming out, and where it has to do with healthcare. So when you look at the what is the top markets and what is going on, one of the things is healthcare comes up at the top. Now, what have they done with our healthcare? What does it mean? So healthcare is being hit. Healthcare is being hit by our nurses and our doctors, and about what these mandates are doing for our doctors and nurses. And what does that mean as we go forward? The next is technology. So in order for you to create your own business, if you are wanting to create something, there is now coming in where there's a withholding or a lacking of technology. So something or someone is in control, and then comes construction and going into retail, where retail outlets and that are becoming, I mean, they're still there. Definitely, you still have the malls, but huge push, if you've noticed, on Amazon and other places to order everything online. So order it online in this stream, in this line. And that's part of what this newness and wanting to make things more climate change friendly. So what does climate change friendly mean and look like? And this is where we're going to find, even with non-durable manufacturing, which there was a huge meeting supposedly wanting to meet with the PM of Britain, who happened to be holidaying in Spain and really didn't give a fuck. So there's this energy, these changes are coming in. What does that look like, and what does that mean? And what can we do on our own individual selves, as we are becoming deeply into our psychology and we're digging deeply, cleaning out our closets? This is where we need to look like, okay, what if the power grid went down? What would you do? Are we prepared? I'm going to say no. If the power grid actually went down today, I would be one of the people that'd be like, okay, what the fuck do I do? What do I do for my heating? What do I do for the backup? This would be something that I would start to think about. I know I'd survive. I wouldn't be
worried about surviving. I know pretty, yeah, I know I'd survive. Like I wouldn't be worried about that. Uh, it would work out. It would work out in the wash. Just throw it in the wash. It'll be right as rain. Don't worry. Just throw it in the wash. We'll do it right. But this is where this energy is coming in, and it's rolling around. It's rolling around because Scorpio's the underworld. The underworld is coming in, and it's this energy. There's Lilith, Orpheus, Pandora, Psyche, Prostina. It's digging deep into this energy of transformation and change, and getting us to say, are you ready? Are you awakening? Are you awakening to what it is and allowing for that beautiful light to come in? This is a fated week, FATED, fated week of choices. And coming up, and as we even get closer to that Venus retrograde, ending a cycle from 2013, 2014, bang, we're starting to create something new for the next 8 years. So remember, I mentioned months ago about all of these timelines coming in, and what are we creating? What are we doing? There's this 20-year cycle. We have an 8-year cycle right now. This is looking at, okay, this new moon is a releasement, getting us to look at what we need to release. Hence, if you want a mini reading, they're $25. Order it today. And you could go, I think they're on the Guru Mama page, but if not, get a hold of me, and they're $25. So you can order that. And this is about learning. This is a big step in learning of taking what we have learned from the beginning of September, when Mercury went retrograde, to now. What are those things that have come up for us? What are those transitions that are opened up for us? And this is all about fated choices and a lot of messages. So a lot of messages are coming in, informing us of what's going on, informing us of the changes that are coming in. Are we willing to listen? Are we willing to feel them? Or are we going back into the closet that they're trying to drag us out of, and saying, I don't want to look at this. I don't want to pay attention. So this is rapid. It's overwhelming. And you know what? If it's too much, make yourself a cup of tea and sit down and breathe. And allow yourself to breathe. This is air and fire. Air and fire, and then you got the water energy there. Water energy is trying to get you rooted. That's what water does. We want you rooted. We want to bring in those roots and seeing the knowledge. What do I want? And this is like almost like, what do I want to lose that is done? Like, what am I done with? I'm done. I can lose that. I'm done with this. It's fine. There's no, I've worked on this energy, and I'm whatever energy it is, and whatever it has to do with relationships, and into the psychic meanings and serving us and becoming conscious. So we have this energy that's, of looking at what is new. And I feel like, there will be protesting, but the protesting isn't in the street. The protesting will be when people don't show up for work. When people say, you know what, I'm not doing this, for their own convictions or for whatever is being demanded upon them. They're saying, no, I'm looking at a better way in life and what's more meaningful. And when I look into that, and in front of it all, there's a lot of crazy shit that's going to be coming in. I found it funny that the infectious disease person is going up in front of the Senate on the new moon. So that's going to be major truths are going to be coming in with all of that, and what those major truths are, and what it all looks like. So here we are in this balancing, this balsamic phase. This is where we're coming into the curiosity and the facts, and allowing for that curiosity and facts to really have us, get into the changes that are coming and unfolding for us all. So that's this week. With a little dabble of what's coming into December. So there is a lot uncovering for us. But I'm kind of excited about it. And I'm I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this to start to begin. So I believe this is going to be bringing in more of a shattered reality. So if you are interested in a consultation, if you are interested in the mini readings for this new moon or manifesting with the angels, let me know, and definitely we can let's make it work, everybody, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.